Dear friends, in this particular video of mine, I'll be highlighting more points on restoration justice. And here you will see that the entire focus is on the crime, which we can define it as the wrong action. And if it is a wrong action, then we need to understand that there are certain violation of the rules and regulation from one person towards another person. So it can be towards one single person, or it can be for the entire society or community also. Similarly, the focus is on problem solving. Remember that in restoration justice, we are focusing as to how to go ahead and solve the problem, okay, for the person, and then proceed further, looking and giving the person some kind of a justice. Then comes, there are liabilities and obligations, that yes, we are taking the other person, that yes, he or she has committed something, then what kind of obligations as a person we have got towards that person who has done a wrong thing. Future is the main target for here. Let's remember that. Norms of dialogues are also important. Rules and regulations, you cannot speak, they are highly formal, and negotiations are also present. Justice in that manner becomes the restitution for both the parties. There is some kind of a reconciliation, and it is can also be called as the restoration, in the sense that you have lost, first of all you possess that right, okay, knowingly or unknowingly, then you lose, then after that again it is restored to through the justice part. So that's the how the line can be drawn, or you can understand the entire system. Justice equals to the right relationships. The outcomes are always judged beforehand only, not that we allow the outcome and then we take the decision. No, we need to take the decision beforehand and then focus on what kind of results or outcomes would be present. So this can also be in other words called as the corrective justice for us in many ways. Now if you have understood this thing, here I'm going to showcase to you certain things which does talk about all the three models, that is retributive, rehabilitative and restorative models. Now I am not going to separately deal with them. Luckily I was fortunate enough to find this particular image, wherein for the three models of justice, we can understand it in terms of focus, okay, means, then because you see means and ends are always important for philosophy, so we are going to focus on the means, the object part, then victims placement, then evaluation criteria, whether it is right or not, even that has to be understood, and what is the context for it. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 are there for the three models. So in retributive model, offense is the focus, offender is the focus, what kind of a harm was done can be understood as the focus in the restorative model. So you can see the differences out here. Similarly, when I'm talking about means, I'm talking about punishment under retributive model, under rehabilitative it is the treatment, and under restorative it would be the repairing of that particular thing and achieve whatever I'm looking for. Objective for the retributive model is always moral and juridical balance, or judicial balance you can say, is to be taken care of, whereas in rehabilitative model it is always the rehabilitation process that has to be provided to the wrongdoer. Remember that. Under restorative model we are focusing on healing the person who has been harmed, and trying to understand that yes, somehow the healing process takes place and the negativity is being removed out. Victims placement is secondary, and again under rehabilitative model it is secondary, whereas in restorative model, remember, it is always a central position. Now under the evaluation criteria, you will see that under retributive model it is just desert, in the sense that you are not going to look at those, whereas under rehabilitative you are confirming the behavior. See, this is what it has been done, and then you are able to perceive it, whereas in restorative model you will see that both the parties are satisfied and they are convinced with it. The context for the retributive model will be the state power. The state has the power, not the individual. Under rehabilitative model it is the welfare state, and for restorative you will see the community empowerment is present. So you can understand that yes, reading these models, it starts off from the individual level. However, the entire end, how it is taking place, is something, that's why I wanted to showcase this particular table and make you understand and think more on these lines also, rather than just accepting them whether this is right or not right, kind of a thing. Then after that you will see we have one more table wherein we are simply talking about the retributive justice and the restorative justice. Here the definitions have been provided, the focus, the goal, the participants who are there, and then offender, the stigma, and the involvement of the additional party. So if you are watching the documentary on Inza the dog, you will see how both the things are existing and in what manner. Now it's up to you, after reading these points very carefully, that you are going to judge and find out whether this is taking place or this is taking place, whether you are absolutely in correct position for retributive justice or distributive, or the restorative justice is something is that you have to take the call and proceed further in this manner. In my next slides I would be focusing more on the environmental justice. So let me come up in the next video. Till then, thank you and take care. Bye.